Hello everybody, it's Bulldog1205 and I'm back by popular demand with a new Night Sister video. So this is actually a video for Phase 3 of the Sith Raid, Heroic version. Um, some of you may remember me from back in November of last year, it's been a while, when I used a strategy to solo Phase 4 of the Tank Raid. Somebody else recently took that idea, moved it over to Phase 3 of the Heroic Sith raid, and posted a video doing 8.8 million damage in the raid. And I don't know what happened to that video. It's no longer up. Because of that, several people have reached out to me and asked that I put up a video because I've been using this strategy in the past. I'm familiar with it. And I was able to do, I was not able to touch 8 million, but I only had one, basically one try at this. I was doing this on my lunch break. This was, you're going to see in this video, this is actually not a great run. So you're going to see some of the things that can go wrong. You're not going to see the max damage, but I think it's also helpful to see what can go wrong as well. Um, I look forward to trying this more in the coming weeks when I've got more time in the Sith raid. I think I can put up some absolutely huge numbers. Well, for a lot of you, 7 million will seem like absolutely huge. I think I can do a lot more than that. So we'll see that going forward. Here you've seen me going through some of these mods. The the only thing I focused on for modding on this run was for Assad's Ventress, I wanted the highest speed and damage combination I could get. For Initiate, I wanted as much critical chance as I could possibly get. And then on Talzin, I wanted the highest damage that I could possibly get. There's definitely some improvements I can make with the mods for all 5 of these characters, but I didn't focus on it too much right now. I will definitely make some improvements and get back to you guys with a new video once I can get my damage up even higher. But for right now, let's kind of look at the basics of what's going on here. What you want to do is you want to kill off Initiate and you want to kill off Talzin, and you want to do that in as few turns as possible. And what you're actually going to see in this run is that I do a very poor job of that. I eventually will get them both killed off, but it's going to be around turn 10 when that happens, because this can be kind of tricky. Um, the one of the trickiest parts is that Zombie has to be the one that gets isolated. Anytime Trey uses her isolate attack, it has to be on Zombie because your run will be completely ruined if anybody else gets it. If anybody else dies while they're isolated, they cannot be revived, and the revival mechanic is key to everything here. Or if Daka gets isolated, she might not die, but she's not going to be getting her turn meter that she needs. So you see there, that worked perfect. Zombie got isolated. We've got Initiate killed, so we still need to get Talzin killed here. We're able to get a few turns where we're going to revive Initiate. Unfortunately, Daka gets dazed, which can create some problems because she's not getting her turn meter that we want her to get. So this is really not how you want the start to go. Ideally, on a few of my other attempts, I was able to get everybody dead by turn 12. So this turn here, I guess where there's 12 on the 12 on Trey's clock. This one here, I'm going to go down to 10. So I'm going to lose about two turns, which is kind of key. You see Talzin's almost dead here. But basically the mechanic that we're going to get into is that every time a Night Sister uses a basic from this point on, they're going to revive somebody, which is going to give Daka stacking health. It's going to give Daka turn meter. It's going to give Asajj stacking health, stacking offense, and turn meter. So here you see we create this little loop. In addition to the turn meter they get for the deaths, all Night Sisters get 5% turn meter anytime a debuff is resisted. So you're going to get at least 1 with Initiate, and if Initiate inflicts a critical hit, she will try to inflict 2 damage over times, which will give us 10% turn meter. So going back to my modding, that is why I stacked Initiate's critical chance as high as possible. The higher her critical chance, the more turn meter she will give to all the other Nightsisters when she's attacking with her basic. Because Trey gets stacking tenacity, so she is always going to resist. So you may have noticed that I stood alone with Ventress there, and the reason I did that was because I wanted to clear the bonds. They were starting to get kind of high. I didn't want to have to heal as much with Ventress. You might notice that I time her healing when I can. I time her healing so that I use it when Zombie has high turn meter, so that Zombie can basically use her basic to take the place of Ventress's basic as far as continuing that cycle, making sure Daka never needs speed to get up to her turn. Because I didn't mod Daka for speed, I don't want to rely on that. The other time, it didn't happen in this video, but the other time that I will stand alone with Ventress is if she gets dazed, because that can help clear that. And the other big thing that I have not mentioned yet, you'll see I always kill the sabers to topple Treya using Asajj's special. If you kill a saber with a basic while you're reviving another Night Sister, it's going to permanently revive them, which in this case is not what we want. Ventress will reset her cooldowns when she kills anything with her special. So, for example, if a saber has foresight, you don't have to worry about missing, because as long as you kill one of them, you will reset her cooldown, so she can use her special 3 straight times if she has to. You see in this example, she didn't kill the saber on the right, but her cooldown is going to be reset, so that's not a big deal. What was a big deal, as you may have noticed, is Daka got isolated. As I mentioned before, this was not a good run. This is one of the reasons why. I'm leaving basically 4 turns on the board here. So I mentioned that there's a much higher potential for damage. I left probably 2 turns on the board by not killing off Initiate and Talzin quick enough. I left another 4 turns on the board by Daka getting isolated. So there's a lot of potential left here. Daka is also not going to be able to get us past Enrage. You'll see coming up here that we'll die pretty quickly with Enrage. So you don't get to see it on this video. Hopefully in the coming weeks I'll be able to get a good one for you going past Enrage where I can show it to you. But the thing with Enrage is that you do get the healing immunity, you do get the buff immunity. The buff immunity is going to be what makes it really tough, and you're going to have to get a little lucky because Zombie cannot use Taunt to absorb the Isolate. So, but what you might notice here is that while the buff immunity persists through death, the healing immunity does not. So in this case, Daka cannot be revived because she's isolated. But in other instances, for example, if Daka was not isolated there, and if she could be revived, I could have possibly revived her using a basic with Talzin. And then she maintains all that health, so she could have absorbed several more hits. If you can get Daka and Ventress to die in alternating turns, they can continue to revive each other fairly easily, and you can get through, if you're lucky enough that Zombie is the one that gets isolated. You can get through several turns of Enrage, and this could go on for quite a while. And as you saw towards the end there, we're doing some massive damage with Ventress, and that's only going to increase. Each round of Enrage that you're able to get through, you can really pile on extra millions of damage. So there is a lot more potential here than 7 or 8 million. I know I can get past 10 million. We're gonna see how high I can get in the coming weeks. I really think I can get some massive numbers for you. So if you like this video, if you want to see what I can do, see what others can do, go ahead and like the video, subscribe. That way you'll stay up to date when we post more videos. Unfortunately, we can only run the heroic raid about every 4 days or so. But I promise you guys, we'll get some more videos. We're gonna get some massive numbers with this thing. So if you have any questions about the strategy, I went through a lot of this very quick. Leave a comments. I'll leave my Discord information in the description. Feel free to add me as a friend on Discord. Contact me. I'm always happy to help everybody.